A person's net worth exceeds a GDP of nearly 90% of countries worldwide. If you had said this 10 years ago, people would have thought you were crazy. But in 2026, this actually happened. After SpaceX went public, Musk's net worth soared to $1.27 trillion, and the world's first trillionaire has thus emerged. Looking back now, it wasn't lucky at all, but rather an asset laid out spanning 2 decades, with each step paving the way for the next. And let's first break down Musk's money into 3 parts: Tesla, SpaceX, and others. Tesla's total market capitalization is approximately $1.56 trillion, with Musk holding about 22.4% of the shares, which generate approximately $315 billion in revenue. SpaceX has a total market capitalization of $2.52 trillion, including the only profitable Starlink, rocket and Starship space business, and XAI artificial intelligence. Musk holds 42% of the shares, and his personal assets are estimated to be $840 billion. Other assets such as X, brain computer interface, tunnels, and cash real estate, etc., total $80 billion in aggregate, a total of $1.27 trillion. And let's first take a look at Tesla. I wonder if you still remember the $56 billion performance-based compensation package that Musk signed with Tesla in 2018, which seems like a pipe dream at the time, and how demanding are the terms of that compensation package. There are 12 tranches in the compensation package, and each tranche can only be unlocked if 2 conditions are met simultaneously, after which he can receive the corresponding payments. And the first condition in the tranche is the market capitalization milestone, and the second is the operational milestone. Market capitalization milestone start at $100 billion, with each subsequent milestone increasing by $50 billion until reaching $615 billion. Operating milestones are divided into 8 revenue targets and 8 profit targets. Each operational target can be matched with any market capitalization target, but each operational target can only be used once. It should be noted that in 2017, Tesla's revenue was only $11.8 billion, and these conditions far exceeded the level at that time. Everyone outside thought it was impossible, but he completed it all. When Musk signed the compensation package, his net worth was approximately $20 billion. After the clearance, his net worth skyrocketed to a maximum of $240 billion. But this is far from enough. Elon Musk's dream is to build a rocket and go to Mars, so SpaceX was born. At first, no one thought highly of him, saying he was an amateur, making empty precise, cutting corners, doing showy projects, and defying physics. Armstrong was even more strongly opposed to NASA entrusting manned missions to SpaceX. As the outside world has said, SpaceX has failed in 3 consecutive rocket launches. Moreover, at that time, the 2008 financial crisis was in full swing, external financing completely died up, and Tesla was on the verge of collapse during the same period. Musk's money was almost burned out. Someone advised him to give up and preserve his remaining wealth. He said bluntly that it was his last time. In September 2008, Falcon 1 successfully entered orbit and on its 4th launch, and NASA personally awarded the $1.6 billion commercial contract, proving that Musk has gambled right again. Subsequently, Musk's life seemed to be on a roll. Tesla went public, rocket recovery was successfully, and the 3 companies, Neuralink, the Boring Company, and XAI, were successfully established. And he also casually acquired Twitter and renamed it X. In 2025, Tesla's market capitalization reached $1.43 trillion, and with Musk holding approximately 20% of the shares. SpaceX's rocket recovery technology has also matured, and with its valuation reaching $400 billion at the beginning of the year, and Musk holding 42% of the shares. The combined assets of the 2 companies have brought Musk over $500 billion in personal wealth. For anyone else, this amount of money would be reason enough to quit, but Musk's ambition goes far beyond that. On May 6, 2026, Musk announced on X that XAI would be dissolved, fully integrated into SpaceX, and renamed SpaceX AI. And the Grok will be also taken over on a package. And this news has caused a sensation across the entire network. This is because it is the largest merge and acquisition in history, and the total value of the combined enterprise will reach as high as $12.5 trillion. 1 month later, on June 12, SpaceX was officially listed on Nasdaq and completing the largest IPO in global history. The offering price was $135 per share, corresponding to an overall company valuation of $1.77 trillion, with a base fundraising of $75 billion. On the first day of listing, the stock price soared all the way, and the company's market capitalization exceeded $2 trillion. And 4 days later, SpaceX acquired AI programming company Cursor for $60 billion, and with its market capitalization soaring to $2.7 trillion. Meanwhile, Musk has also become the first trillionaire in human history. The carry value of his equity stake in SpaceX is nearly $900 billion. And when combined with assets such as Tesla and the X social platform, Musk's personal net worth is fixed at $1.27 trillion. After seeing so much, you may find it hard to believe that Musk's startup capital was borrowed. His parents divorced when he was 9, and he left South Africa at 17. Although his father was wealthy, he only provided $28,000 in startup capital and has never given another cent since then. From $28,000 to $1.27 trillion. Each time it is a high-stake gamble. But his money is indeed burned in one direction, getting humans to Mars. And this obsession is real, but a trillionaire who doesn't buy islands, doesn't indulge in luxury, and doesn't retire, and instead pour all the money into a project that most people consider unorthodox. And this in itself is worthy a second look. Thank you for watching this video, and see you next time.